is new information. It shows the city of Philadelphia saw something that it hasn't seen since the pandemic, an increase in population.
That's right. There are now more than 1.5 million people living in the city. Action News reporter Taronda Thomas is here to break down the numbers for us. And this is an increase of more than 10,000 people over the course of a year.
Yeah, it is. And now some of this may be due to corrections to previous population counts during the pandemic. It's still good news, though, as the numbers show actual growth from two specific populations in the city. For the first time since 2020, the city saw a population increase, up nearly 10,600 people in 2024.
That's up by 0.7% over 2023.
The numbers come from a new census estimate. It's not the gold standard census count, but it's enough to make experts optimistic.
We tend to expect growth to be about 0.4% per year, and this last year was 0.8%, so that's double.
The new numbers are the reversal of a population dip that started during the pandemic. Philadelphia's population dropped by nearly 11,000 people in 2021 and by more than 19,000 in 2022. There was some rebound in 2023, but in 2024 there was a population increase, nearly 10,600 more people in the city.
And we see this as representing a return to how our region was growing before the pandemic.
The growth partly due to people moving to the city from other countries.
Migration can account for just over half of this increase.
The other half of the increase is attributed to what's known as natural population growth. Births outpaced deaths at a higher rate in 2024 than they did during the pandemic.
During the pandemic, we saw a real increase in the number of deaths happening in the city.
The city of Philadelphia was not the only area to see growth in the population. The five-county Philadelphia metro area also had a population increase of 1% over last year and 0.7% since 2020. Zooming out even farther, the entire Philadelphia, Camden, Wilmington metro area also saw an increase, up 0.8% since last year and 1.4% since 2020. But even with the population increase, Philadelphia still has not reached its pre-pandemic population, meaning there's still room to grow.
It's hard to say that this is definitely a trend. We'll need more data.
Now, if you're wondering which neighborhood saw the most growth, Northern Liberties accounted for 25% of new housing units in the city. 12% of new units were in Center City. Now, there will likely be some adjustments to these numbers when the next full census count happens in 2030. Shari?
Yeah, but upward, at least at this point, with the numbers. Okay, Taronda, thanks.
Thanks, Taronda.